Hello guys, and welcome back to Strategic Command World at War. World War II? I haven't done this in a week. With our PvP against SirTravis, and we have our replay. It is time to view it, see what has happened. Immediately we're looking at Africa, so he's got some movements going on there. He's finally run up to one of my raiders, taking 6 damage and dealing 5 of the destroyer. Yeah, destroyer, it's never what you want to run into your subs, but a lot of reinforcement in China. Okay, he's actually moving away. Wow, that is such a fucked up cruiser. If he's still scanning, then he still thinks there's some chance that sea line's gonna happen. We just got Hungary and Romania. That's nice. Bulgaria may soon follow. Actually, I really don't know. Because I don't know if they join if you don't do Greece. But we'll have Yugoslavia at some point. Congressional... Okay, I have to talk to you guys about this. Congressional isolationists protest against the deployment of forces in Hawaii. We'll talk about that in a moment. Hungary, Romania joined the Axis. We're disrupting with all of our subs a bunch of his convoys. Neville Chamberlain dies. He's got his HQ way back there. Oh, we got an army here. 3 anti-air, no. Oh yes, 3 anti-air and a rocket unit are done. Okay, so America has lost some mobilization. Seems like they lost about 4%. Anytime that land units and air units combined are a little too prominent in Hawaii, then they'll lose anywhere between 3 to 5%. So he sent me this message telling me that he like fucked up on Gilded. And I was just like shrugged because I was like, I'm not going to ask you to divulge secrets to me. So he says it's not important to you. Spawn something in Hawaii. Apparently it makes people mad, even though it's still in the zone, this zone right here. And like you mentioned, you being me, I didn't move anything there. And so, and I don't know what this meant. Reversing roles? Maybe he thinks undo action can help you undeploy a unit. I'm not really very sure about that. I don't know why he would think that that's how that works, but that's not how that works. So I re-explained it to him, and I also quoted what I said, which is that, and these are my words that I kind of translated from the manual, and if too many Americans pre-place around Hawaii, then you will swing axis 3 to 5%, and I typoed the word if it's land, air, or 1 to 2% if it's naval. So yeah, I don't know why he thought that if he spawned things there, that would be different than moving there. I don't know why he's highlighting that as if I said it. I don't know where he got this from. I also really don't know what this part is. I think this is him thinking that undo move somehow lets you undeploy something. That's not how that works either. But I don't know. I don't just want to assume stuff. So it's like, well, I guess UK ain't getting Lend-Lease because he still needs to get this higher to get Lend-Lease. But I just explained to him that he just needs to move the units away so it's not over the limit, and then he'll stop taking that debuff. So that's like a 1-turn solution if he chooses to do it. If he doesn't choose to do it, then well, shit, I don't know. But that's good for us. America's lost like 4% mobilization. That means they are going to take a little bit longer to actually start Lend-Lease, assuming just attacking the USSR doesn't immediately send them over the line. That means America will get more MPPs and become more powerful, which is potentially dangerous for someone like Japan. But given their distance and the fact that they have to long-range transport anything or everything anywhere, then the situation that we have here is simply that it will cost more. You know, it's going to cost at least bare minimum with like max research an extra 50 MPPs to get any unit anywhere. If it's land. If it's air, it's always going to have to be operated and whatnot. Let's get these rockets placed. We know where they're going, right around here for the short term. So we're going to get those in a position. We got a lot of anti-air to move out as well. We've already got 2 pre-placed. I believe this one was going to go over to Brest, where it's just actually going to sit on Brest proper. And the others are going to spread out a little bit, like 1 towards Paris, and then 1 to each of these capitals-ish. Probably how we're going to do this. So we're just going to start force marching that west to get that into position ideally, and we're going to deploy the other 3, and then we have exactly enough 3 that we have. 1 go over by Dusseldorf and 1 go towards Brussels, but so I guess by the Rhine is as close as we can get. That's fine, that works. 334 MPPs remaining. We're still paying for Rommel, so we're gonna have a little bit less MPPs for a little bit here. It's November 22nd, it's starting to snow. So, that's getting started. I will invade if there's mud. I don't want to invade if there's snow. I don't want to deal with those offensive debuffs. I'll also invade, I guess, just whenever we're ready. The most important thing to do is Germany this turn, because we have max research, is going to be getting these guys set up. And this is going to be expensive and has to be done in a limited period of time as well. So let's start with, and this is going to be fun. It really, really is. Let's start with the upgrades. It's going to be pretty much that simple. That's 110 MPPs just to get full upgrades, including mobility, per army. That means we can only do 3 of these per turn. That's just upgrades. It's not even reinforcements. It's November. Next turn's December. We're not attacking in December, no matter if there's snow or not, because there will be more snow. January is probably off limits too. So that's, 1, 2. Oh, God. I might just focus Hungary because Romania is kind of already in position. They're going to all strike out from Romania. Kind of like last time. The Germans will just take out of Slovakian around Hungary as well. And the Yugoslavians will end up coming over here as well. And that's another thing. I gotta pay to upgrade all the Yugoslavians and stuff. So 1, 2, let's say 3. It's not that bad. There's not actually a whole lot of them. It's just this turn's gonna be expensive. But also when Yugoslavia becomes relevant. Let's start with those Hungarians so we can get them into position sooner. So let's get them full upgrades on the armies. There you go. And then we have only 114 MPPs remaining already. Let's make sure there's not something particularly important where we have to use that. There's not. So this is always going to be kind of a loss, right? Because destroyers are cheaper than subs. So every time he just runs a destroyer into a sub, he's essentially, and I don't think he even realizes this though, is that he's trading MPPs. And we are usually always going to lose in that regard if it's a fair fight and nobody has ASW and nobody has advanced subs, which is currently the situation. We almost have advanced subs. We're getting there. This guy, Catfish, once he gets back, he'll probably be able to get advanced subs before he leaves. And so that'll be nice. He's just trying to lower the overall, I don't know, amount of rating going on there, I suppose. But that's MPPs he's going to have to spend as well. And even though the allies have more MPPs in the long run, he's not getting Lend-Lease, and he won't be, maybe until the invasion of the USSR. And it's the UK that's going to be responsible for most of the MPPs that you send to the USSR. Now, America does this as well via Iran, which, since he hasn't moved it anymore, I can almost feel certain that he's going to invade it. He also hasn't moved Iraq anymore. He's either not investing enough into these, or he's just chosen to not do these ones anymore. But I can feel almost certain he's going to invade via the event and take Iran, and America will send supplies there. America will also send supplies via Vladivostok, but the UK is really the big one, especially once they have Lend-Lease for sending MPPs over here. It's limited, and he's going to restrict his ability to do other things. We need to get more things into position. The 5th Corps is going to go line up right down here. And a lot of other things are going to end up kind of just chilling in back. So this Corps would be decent enough right there. That'd be a decent place for that Corps. 2nd Corps, which is going to be mostly passing through Berlin, is going to go line up right here in front of Torun. We have the 12th Corps, which can make it towards the front. This garrison is going to go down to Nancy, where it's going to fill in for that little partisan unit there. We take the 1st Frontier Corps, get them driving, I guess not really marching, driving east. We have, where should we send this 12th Corps? And the 13th Corps, both of them are heading east. It's just as far east as they can get, not on loads though, I think, because I want to put, I think, let's say, one of the fighters on loads. So 1 fighter on loads. Yeah, that's enough range. 1 fighter on tow run, let's say. There you go. Just to kind of ease off on what the HQs have to do. We have the Africa Tactical Bombers and Africa Fighters are needing to move up there. And so let's get them moving up. Africa Fighters will just go up here. They can't really get as far as I want them to, but that's fine. Africa Tactical Bombers will just go right here next to loads. just kind of getting in range. The recon, I believe, will have the ability to make it up to the front. It'll be able to drive up there. I don't think this tank will be able to get up to the front, because this is its force march range, 12, and it needs to get up here. 1, and it might snow, you know? 2, 3, it might be able to get up there, but if it does, it's gonna get there very last minute. I don't know. Let's just take the recon though and get that going up. I guess just down this road will do. This anti-tank is also just doesn't really, it doesn't need a rush though, the anti-tank, because you know it's anti-tank. So that's sent up to Brno. We have the artillery, the Africa Field Artillery, definitely not making it anywhere. That one's going to be operated. It doesn't need to be operated right now, though. It just needs to be operated and like semi-soon. These armies can wait, though. These armies can wait. These cores are... We'll make this core first. It's only 66 MPPs for a core. Yeah, that's good. The first Hungarian corps. Let's get its upgrades in. And we'll operate the Africa Field Artillery, because this is gonna sail out. I guess from Königsberg would be the best spot. It and Danzig, both, they could probably reach Finland in one turn, honestly. Yeah. Let's just, let's put it by Danzig. Oh, that should be fine. So that's there, it's ready to transport out whenever. 38 MPPs remaining. Rommel's definitely gonna need to operate, but we're not really in a big rush to do that. I'll get him up here at least. He'll operate when we have MPPs to operate him with. All these planes are just gonna fly. And this von Rundstedt's gonna have to operate as well. That's a number of things we're gonna have to toss up there. All the things that are at 10 strength at least are just gonna start moving now. No waiting, nothing like that. Medium bombers, just get as far as you can get. There you go. Full flight towards where you have to be. Near points of supply, even though I don't think that's very important. We'll force march the tanks for now. Just following the road going north towards Berlin. Oh yeah, also, it's not raining. So if we fly over to Malta, we suffered a little bit of landing casualties. I kind of expected that, honestly. But Malta's now mine, as are its ports. There you go. Now I just have to have them fly out again to leave, and that, if we take any damage, it'll be cheaper than paying for a transport, honestly. And these paratroopers will probably end up serving as a bit of a garrison up here. Again, I don't think they're really going to be that useful against the USSR, so I'd rather have them just serving as a defensive fixture. I can't convert them into garrisons or anything, so... I still haven't moved the 12th Corps up. We'll move it over here for now. That should be fine. 13th Corps is going to move up behind it. Let's go put it by Breslau. We're just going to pile up as much as we can so that if we get a brief window to invade in February, you know, we take it. He's going to get more MPPs from this, but again, we've already spoken about this, and I think it'll be fine. The benefit of being this prepared and being able to keep pushing forward no matter what will be worth it. We don't have a lot of garrisons, but we'll have plenty of cores to leave behind while we purchase the garrisons. Garrisons are made very, very quickly, so I've kind of already accounted for that in my head. We'll get these tactical bombers probably moving north as well. They can't move all the way up. Alright, let's move you up a little bit more, Rommel. Just so we can get this as far north as possible. Get it head up there, and then these HQs, they just need to operate. They're too far south to make it up there normally. At least not to exactly where I want them before everything kicks off. And Germany has 38 MPPs remaining. That's not enough to fix up this HQ per se. What's supply like? It's decent. It's gonna improve? Seems like it. This place, they don't make their own real good supply here, so it's just supplies spilling over from like Slovakia and Germany proper. We'll move this HQ forward because it can't really do anything for itself right now. And then 38 MPPs remaining. That would be good to get one of these ready to head east. A lot of these still don't have their mobility, but also things on this front are going to be needed upgraded. And that will, of course, be expensive. Can we reinforce this up to max? Okay. I think that's more important. Let's get this reinforced up to max, this core. We have 23 MPPs remaining. We need to get the Catfish sub out of here. And I don't know if what direction should I send it? I'm not sure. He's coming down here. He hasn't gone over here yet. And he isn't like the AI, you know? He doesn't send one ship out to do something. He sends out a fleet, which means there are probably more. The question is, where the fuck are they coming from? My movement here is very limited no matter what. But I need to get out of here one way or another. His fleet would have come from here. So if there's more, theoretically it might be in between. This takes a weird curve. Me and Brest somehow, or just like in this straight line. So I feel like what I need to do is go around. So, but the question is up or down. I feel like we're more likely to run into his units if we go up. So let's go down. It means it's going to take another extra turn to really get somewhere where we can fully replenish ourselves. But I think this is good enough. Then we head over here. And now we're safe in a Spanish port of Vigo. And we could easily get around next turn. This is just me guessing. I don't know if he really sent anything else. Where did this approach from? The west? So it could be that he's coming from the west, and this was unnecessary, but we just have to make guesses with what we know, right? We still have 3 subs for raiding down here. I'm gonna send this one just 2 hexes south of everybody else, and then everybody else is going to do a little crisscrossy hop across, because we know he has destroyers coming, and it's not a whole lot I can do to combat that, you know? But keep them in this area. They can get upgrades if he doesn't just come down here. And yeah, this one, Coast Guard's all by himself. We'll send him up. 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 Like so. Like so. I don't know why he has so much supply. And then put him right there, so it's a slightly different spot. We'll take the U-73 and we'll go send that as far this way as we can get. Oh, also, put you right there so you can raid this if this starts, but I don't think this will start, to be honest. So now we'll have 2 raiding Canada, UK, which is also just kind of fucking pointless. Put you on the spot proper, why don't we? 2 being there right now is unnecessary. Canada, UK does not provide that much, I think. So it's a good thing that these other subs will come later, because America, UK is not going to start for a little bit. This will be most of it. And then this also a little bit, I guess. I know that these ports are not ready yet, but I'm going to leave these heavy cruisers there. They're going to just be stationed there, I suppose. And probably move a bunch of other things. Like, we can move this battleship back a bit so that we can station this destroyer up here. And I might move back even more, quite frankly, because defending around here is not going to be very important. This is a forward trap. This is a forward trap. I don't have any more subs to really use as a trap. I want things to be kind of concentrated, sort of. So, let's see here. Let's say we put this battleship... One of these, actually. Maybe this one. Okay, no, this one. Put this at Rome, this battleship. We'll take this light cruiser and put it over here. So all the screens are kind of forward placed from the battleships so they can more easily respond to anything. And the battleships can move up behind them. I think that's a good way to do it. Let's get the Garibaldi HQ headed back up to Naples, where it will probably semi-permanently be posting itself. I think I can pretty safely free up 2 cores from up here to head down. Maybe 3, depending. Because this time I might leave the tanks back here, because we won't really need them, because Italy's not really going to invest into tanks. So let's take the Ariete tanks and we'll send them south. We'll base them out of Catanzaro, so if he ever lands on Sicily, the tanks can just respond. And at least scare the crap out of him, because he'll be like, ah, tanks. Maybe he won't remember that they're Italian tanks and not really very good at anything. So these 2 corps will head down, and they'll join up, but these 3 armies are planes, and the 2 HQs at that point. Wow, we'll still have a good defense here. This Albanian corps, actually, I might move this as well. I'm really not sure. We'll have to figure that one out. But for now, we just ignore that. 126 MPPs. These 2 gotta get ready. We'll get them ready here and then transport them after. So upgrade both with infantry weapons. 96 MPPs remaining. We'll move this HQ as far as it can get, which translates to putting it on Sirte. It's gonna take like another, oh god, couple turns. One, maybe this might be 1 turn. This might be 2 turn. 3 turn would get it kind of in range. These guys would be able to get here very quickly. Separately to that, it might have been just way faster to just transport this, but we're still doing a lot of preparation as Italy. 96 MPPs remaining. Given that we've upgraded everything that's already going down there, we've purchased our units, everything else will be perfect for either purchasing more units or researching. We will move, what's supply like down here? It's meh, but whatever. We'll move this core to where it needs to go. We'll move von Brunstedt just off of Palermo so we can place the core there ideally. And I might name these cores after what they're defending, quite frankly, because they're gonna just be here for a while. So the Palermo core? Do I put core in the name? I don't know. The first core. No, it's just Palermo. So just put Palermo core. There you go. Palermo core, and this is the Syracuse core, because these guys are gonna be here for a good while. These Ariat tanks, they're just going to keep their name because they are what they are. And this may be staying on Rome. I'm not sure. This is the second core right now. I'll just name this the Rome core because protecting Rome is pretty important, yeah? This destroyer needs to continue its path. I believe he has communicated to me that Cape Town's clear. Oh, it's fine. We'll actually just go around Cape Town anyway. So let's go in a straight line all the way through, getting as far as we can. We have 7 supply remaining with this, so it might end up slowing down on its path a little bit. It should speed back up when it gets back around here. It should be fine. 1 turn maybe to get up here. 2 turns by the time we get here. 3 tops to get past it. And we have to go through here. 4 turns by the time we hit this. And then, so 5 turns until we get it home, and he has to stay out of the Mediterranean proper until we do that. Looking at Japan, we have a lot of upgrades to do, and going into the winter here, like I mentioned, that's going to be my priority. Although he's leaving this core here, and I'm not going to let him get away with that, so let's attack. 5 damage dealt, none taken. Ooh, it's a really whoo on what we move up. This core is not very likely to finish it, but this army might be able to do it. Let's try with the core first. Oh, okay. That was way better than I expected. We overperformed. We dealt an extra bit of damage there, and we wiped out his core in the north. He's overprepared so much down here. He really has. And I got a kill in the north. That's actually really, really good. That's nice. Let's concentrate on getting these upgrades, especially in the south. So, infantry weapons level 2, it's 25 MPPs. Also for this one, still don't know what we're doing with this one, to be honest, but let's get its upgrades. Armies take priority, and those are all 25 MPPs. Upgrade. 188 MPPs remaining. Also, we're going to give one to this core, because we're going to do some shuffling to make sure this defense is up to snuff. This one won't really have that benefit. You've already attacked, nothing you can do. We'll reinforce 2nd Kwantung Army, because again, it's going to probably replace the Peking Defender Corps. Honestly, I'm so tempted to try to like seize Pao Tao, because he's just he's like abandoned it. He's doubled up around Chengshao. He's now lost a unit here. He overstretched himself and lost a unit because of it. I don't know, but 34th Army infantry weapons, very important. Just dogpile, 133 MPPs remaining. We still haven't paid for the other artillery that I want, but that's fine. We don't need it just yet. Just getting one ahead of time is gonna be pretty useful. And yeah, that's really what that is. Unfortunately, our HQs are not taking care of fully all the units around here. Some of them are taken care of up here. It's kind of not what I need them to do. But I still haven't figured out how to make all that shit work. 133 MPPs remaining. That might be enough. Probably is enough to replace one of these lower ratings, like this rating 4 Umezu with Suzuki. 105 MPPs to do that. We've done most of the frontline upgrades that we need to do / want to do. Let's see, let's make a show of hurting him somewhere. Definitely not the Nanning Corps, because he's got the arty behind it. But this one up front, the 5th Corps, just to do damage, not to try to push, just to kind of keep him on his toes. Start with the medium bombers. His fighters aren't reinforced. Follow up with the tactical bombers. We got some XP on the medium bombers. Total of 4 damage dealt between them. The medium bombers did 1. The tactical did 3. This fighter needs to get on a town so that it always has enough supply. It really does. We'll move the TAC bombers forward a little bit. We'll move the fighters onto Henyang proper so they always have enough supply to at least keep afloat. Hopefully to reinforce as well. We'll attack with the 13th Corps. Dealt 2 damage. Took 1 damage, unfortunately. And, I think I'll prioritize damage here. Yeah, we'll swap in. And we'll attack. 2 more damage dealt. None taken. Total of 1 for that, and it runs away. He'll have to reinforce that fully up to strength now. We have reinforce and upgrade these still. 133 MPs remaining still. We'll upgrade the 37th Army with infantry weapons because it is still able to get it. I don't like how he's keeping his Soviet units here. He may just be deciding I'm not going to operate them yet. He may just forget about them. I don't know. But there's always that slim chance that he has decided that he's losing so bad in China that he's willing to strike out with the USSR into Manchuria, which is barely defended. There's always that chance that he plans something like that instead of shifting everything west, which would be good for Germany, bad for Japan. But it would make my strategy with Japan all the more relevant. We have 108 MPPs more to spend and nothing else I can upgrade that's particularly important. I guess this core can go ahead and get an upgrade, but is it really going to need it? Not really. Neither is this core, but I guess they all need to get it eventually. So upgrade, that's another 30 total MPPs spent. And that's all the land stuff taken care of. 78 MPPs remaining. Maybe we can take a look at some ships now. Let's reinforce the DEI's sub. So we'll have 3 subs, 1 from the DEI. It's reinforced, it's upgraded. It's not upgraded actually, it needs to upgrade, so it's good to go. 58 MPPs remaining. Probably just spread that around with upgrades. Such as to the Congo battleship. Sounds good to me. Naval weaponry, 17 MPPs spent. We have more. Let's see. We can upgrade. Let's look at the carrier. The Akagi carrier with naval weaponry. 24 MPPs remaining. Let's upgrade the Fubuki destroyer. Continue to try to get our fleet ready for what's to come. 15 MPPs remaining. Can we afford anything else with that? It looks maybe like we can. At least 1 upgrade. Naval weaponry there. 11 MPPs spent. And then that's pretty much Japan and everybody taken care of. Thankfully, you know, I didn't invest anything into defending Ethiopia and just, you know, Italian East Africa in general. But here we have it. It's survived with the bare minimum that it starts with. He's not pushing anymore, which is weird. And with that, I'm pretty happy with everything we've done. Let's go ahead and hit end turn. Pass it over into December. Loss of Malta impacts British national morale. Good. Oh, it just took a hefty chunk off of there. Very hefty. Wow. They get the HMS Castleton, though. Ooh, Germany almost has the next level of infantry weapons. It might get done literally just before the invasion, which would be good. Japan just got naval warfare. That's good. And production tech level 1. That's very good. Oh, here's the real snow here in December. Yep. Oh boy. Still getting those imports from the USSR. Yeah, we're gonna lose those soon, unfortunately. Everything else coming in nice and fine. No more events to go. So we have our entire turn. Hope you guys are enjoying how this playthrough's going. We're getting real close to the war getting a much bigger with the invasion of the USSR about to happen. And after that, good old America. For now though, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.